So what that is all about is Amun, the hidden one, who resides in the perfect black. And you know where the perfect black is. And so the point of this is that this is artwork that was clearly created by right brain people for right brain people. So if you've ever, remember I don't know how long ago this was, or if it's still a thing, but remember those posters with all the speckles, and if you did the right thing with your eyes, you'd eventually see this 3D shape?
Yes.
I know so many people that think that's an elaborate conspiracy and that everyone's pranking them because they just can't make it work. And they just will not believe that there's really a shape there. And they really, like, I know a couple people who think it's an elaborate prank on them, that there's no such thing because they can't do it. They can't make it work. You know,
Yeah.
genetically, some people can roll their tongue and some people can. There's an actual gene that allows you to do it, and some people can't do it. Some people are so left hemisphere dominant that they cannot understand metaphor. They have a terrible sense of humor. They're awful at music. And they get mad at the suggestion that a ram and these horns and Amun, the hidden one, and all the context that you were talking about all build to create this visual and ideological metaphor, and that the gods themselves are metaphors for aspects of the psyche. And just like, you know, the Kabbalistic tree of life is this nested series of triads. If you've ever seen a tree of life, it's a structure of triads. And all the gods were
Yeah.
born in triads, and they all have these relationships in threes. And I think you could graph the gods directly onto the tree of life. I'm sure somebody in the OTO or in the, what's that great Rota deck? There's some really good tarot decks where they synthesize, what's that called? You know, that uh, anyway, where you synthesize all the different mystery traditions. And it all seems to work out. And so instead of thinking of these things as primitive, idiotic stories about gods who are doing ridiculous things, if you think of each god as an aspect of consciousness or a physical phenomena that gives rise to consciousness, then you understand that these gods are fantastically sophisticated and very approachable metaphors that create this dynamic model of consciousness. And I just started really thrilling myself with the idea that, you know, every time you buy a new piece of electronics or I buy a guitar pedal or something and you sit with the owner's manual,